Hey, what's up, snipers? Stock Sniper Nick here, and tonight we're gonna go over the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, March 10th. We finally made it to another watch list video. If you're brand new, make sure you hit subscribe. I think there's a little alert button over there, because we do this video every single Tuesday night with the team. And if you really like what we got going on at the end of the video, hit the like, first things first. But also, we have a website, www.thestocksnipers.com, where we're trading alongside our snipers who had a killer day today. And that's where I want to start this watch list video. Before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our snipers. In the chat, he's a trading ape. We know him as Chris, tattoo artist who actually found us 2 years ago. He's been with us for a little bit now and been grinding, and the wins have been paying off lately. This month, he has crushed it. He had a new record. So as you can see here, this is our chat room. And in the morning, we posted our sell alert when we sold ALYI. We actually made one of our biggest trades as well, making a little bit over 3,400 on that trade. And the chat was actually popping off this morning. It was awesome. Really looking forward to the chat tomorrow morning with the bag that we're going to talk about tonight. The stock that we're holding overnight. But check this out. As we scroll down a little bit, here we go. A trading ape here. This is our guy Chris. Again, he said ALYI all out, 1,037 bag. His first 1K bag there. So big shout out, my brother. Good job. Keep on grinding. Everyone else who bagged it with us this morning, as you scroll down the list, there was a good amount of people here that were bagging it with us. So great job, guys. You got some HYSR bags, and that's one that we're going to talk about tonight as well. So great job today, snipers. It was a really exciting time, and I just wanted to show this there, and I want to give a shout out to the team who's grinding with us every day in and day out. Much love, team. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive into our watch list for tonight. We have 4 stocks we're going to talk about. We are actually in 2 of the 4 overnight. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's dive in. So on the left side is our watch list from our website, and on the right side is TD Ameritrade's Think or Swim. As you can see, these are the list of stocks that we got here. The first one we're going to talk about is Galaxy, which is a first green day that also announced news this morning, and that's actually the stock that we bought in Power Hour tonight. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. That's the stock to the right here. So Galaxy, the reason we bought it is because it is a first green day. Zooming out here, you can check this out. It's getting that first, big gain day, and it closed at its high, which is a really strong sign for gapping up. So let's read what we talked about in Galaxy in the watch list. We said it's an OTC stock that came out with news in the morning, and they announced a record in new purchase orders of just under $1 million in purchase orders in one day. Galaxy got a spike in the morning, and as you can see, it topped out at 368. After it topped out there, it consolidated, and what's nice, it created some nice support and a nice trading range between 3.4 and 368. And then right before Power Hour, around 2:45, it got a spike, and it made that new high, which is really nice to see, going into Power Hour over that 368. And it pushed, and we didn't want to reach, so we waited for its dip. We wanted to see where it could top out. After a couple minutes, 10 minutes, it topped out at 3.9, and after it topped out at 3.9, it got a dip. We wanted to get the 3.6s, but it didn't look like it was gonna come there. So with 30 minutes left, it was holding that new high. It was holding the VWAP all day. It had that news. It has above average volume. So we went ahead and took a swing at it. We bought 120,000 shares at 0.0375, and then as we're going into the close, this thing was holding VWAP. In the last 15 minutes, it got some good volume, and it started pushing towards the high, or in the last minutes where you really like to see it break a high. That is exactly what happened, which is a bullish signal. And this one pushed over that 3.9 spot to close. We wanted 4, but it got 3.99 right below it. You do gotta love that it closed at the high. It did hold that 3.7 spot pretty much throughout all Power Hour. So we got a lot of things going for us here. Now what we're looking for, since we do have this cushion and we're up a little bit, we're looking for a gap up and a 10% push in the mid-4s to sell into. And that would be a pretty nice gain for us. That'd be a little bit over 20% if we can get that. The next one on our list, this is actually one that we are in overnight, but it's one that we bought on Monday. And if you've been with us in the team for a while, you know that we rarely hold stocks for multiple days unless we really think something good is going on. And with HYSR, it took such a dip from the high that it made. This is the 1-year chart. Check this out. Just in January 20th, towards the end of January, it was making a high in the 34 areas. and since then it really just kind of downtrended, and on Friday it bottomed out at 7.7. When they make such a run up, you got to keep in mind how much they're down in such a quick time. You know, this stock dropped from 34 cents to bottom at 7.3. So we figured a good turnaround was going to happen. So these are the 2 days. This is Monday. This is today. We are still holding, and we're actually looking for a little bit more tomorrow. So this is another one like ALYI, where we're looking at actually almost over 30% in gains right now. It's unrealized, but you know, if this one plays to our favor, we're going to be looking for 40 to 50% gains within 2 days here in HYSR. So let's talk about where we bought in Power Hour on Monday. It was on this dip here. You know, we figured we could get a good dip buy as long as this thing holds that 10-cent support. We figured if this one could get a gap up and hold the high tomorrow morning, then this one could actually even push. You know, and that's why we like giving these OTCs a chance. That's why you got to create your plan and really stick to it. And we want you to have your own plan, and then you just adjust the plan as you go along. This is 6 years of work, 6 years of training. And, you know, when this thing did gap up, we figured it could be strong again if it holds the highs of yesterday, and it really did. It hardly went under it. It went over for a second in the opening minutes, but then after that, it just uptrended throughout the day, and it ended up actually closing at the high of 14, which is really nice. Again, we're at 11 cents. Tomorrow, we are looking for a gap up and a little bit of a push since we're already up so much. You know, this is the resistance around here, 14.65, so we can gap up around there. We may see a really nice push to be able to, you know, secure that back quick. But this just showed the potential. You know, ALYI was over almost 100%, ALYI. So it was over like 80% on the first secure, and almost 100% on the second. And then with this one, we're looking at 40% gains. And that's why even when these OTC stocks are going down, you gotta love that pattern the first screen day, because it really offers this potential if you know how to play it. And that's why we're here to help out. So again, feel free to reach out. But that is HYSR. Let's see how it'll play out tomorrow. These are two good positions for us. And now last but not least are two positions that we are not in, but it's ones we're just watching. It's BANT and BSRC, and we're talking about both these because these are both huge first screen days, both of them closing over 75% plus, and they both, you know, look similar as you can see on the long-term chart. Again, both of these big decline. This one coming from 18 cents just, you know, earlier last month, I guess, February. That's BSRC. And then BANT, this one came from 10 cents, and it was in at 0.0142 on Friday. So this just showed how much they dipped, and, you know, watching these enough, we know the turnaround could be really good for these, but it's quick. Again, all these companies are shit, so you have to know how to play them. And so for us, these first green days, since we're not in, we wrote that, you know, we're holding back for now. BANT actually came out with some news. They pumped the stock up at 1 o'clock. They announced that they put their device into an Ivy League school, and that got this one a spike. I saw some people in the Sniper team, C. James, great job being able to grab BSRC and already be up 20% in Power Hour. This is awesome, and that's why OTC land is the best, because you're seeing these gains, and a lot of it is happening, as you can see, in these last hours into the market, especially the last hour. So good job, snipers. These ones both look like they could gap up, so we're watching these for continuations. However, since we're not in these, we wrote, if they do get a sell-off in the morning, if, you know, people decide to take profits in the morning, we will look for a potential dip buy, because these are really nice gains. You know, we didn't get in because they're up a good amount on these first green days. So if they do get that pullback before they continue, we'll be watching. And we wrote down the supports. For BANT, we like the support. It really held that 2.5 spot when it was coming out with that news article before it pushed there, as you could see. And this is from 2.30 on. Unbelievable move from 2.5 to 3.6. And then BSRC, this one is just a solid uptrend. But we like the support down here in the 6 cents area. That would be solid if it can get a dip down there, you know, if it gets that morning sellers, and that's where the VWAP is too. So we played it safe with these two. Let's get that gap up, but don't be greedy. You know, secure the bag. If you see in 25, 30%, secure the bag. That's what we're looking for. That's a double, triple right there. So we're excited to continue the chat, guys. The app has been awesome, guys. Thank you for all the great support. All right, snipers. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, to the Sniper team, we have webinar Wednesday tomorrow. Excited to dive in to one of our biggest trades. We'll do a full recap on ALYI, the $3,400 trade we had. And then hopefully we finish these two bags out tomorrow morning nicely, so we can talk about a really good week tomorrow. All right, stay posted in the chat. See how we close these ones out. We got a job to finish tomorrow to the sniper team who is in with us. To my YouTube fam, as always, thanks for joining, guys. Send that thumbs up. Subscribe to us. Much love, everybody. We will be back next Tuesday. Sniper Nick is out.